31-10, Buffalo hammers Dallas. Road Dallas. Road Dak. Josh Allen, 7 of 15. That's it. 1 touchdown, no picks, 94 yards passing. Actually, that's closer to how I want Josh Allen used. It really is. It's like those early Big Ben Steelers teams. Defensive coach, defensive culture, stout running game, physical both sides of the ball, and then this 6'6", 260-pound towering quarterback with a big arm could 2-3 times a game make a huge throw. That's what won trophies, because this version we've seen the last few years where Josh Allen Superman's not winning trophies. They moved from Ken Dorsey to Joe Brady at coordinator, and I'm seeing stuff I like. They're just not calling plays anymore. They're more reliant on the run. They found James Cook, and they're using him. Less reliant on Stephon Diggs. Remember, it gets cold in December, January, February. Can't be reliant on the ball downfield. They're less reliant on Superman plays. Remember, the Steelers, those trophies dried up the more reliant they got on Big Ben when they asked him to throw 45 times. Just because you have a quarterback with godlike talent does not mean you have to squeeze every ounce of it every Sunday to carry the team. Occasionally, like last night, yesterday, Josh Allen can be a complimentary player. Yesterday, he was a second pitch and a highly effective one. Now, I'm not a huge proponent of defensive cultures in 2023 football, but we do have a history here. When you get a great defensive coach with a star quarterback, Tomlin, Big Ben in his prime, Belichick, Brady, Jimmy Johnson, Troy Aikman, Pete Carroll and Russ in his prime, you hoist trophies and you get to Super Bowls. Don't have to win them all, but you get there. And we keep waiting for Buffalo, with all this talented Josh Allen, to get there. And I think this is the way you get there. That it looks like when Ben was throwing 22 times a game and not 42. Strong run game, tough defense, very physical, great at home. Now, it's not nearly as much fun to watch Buffalo as it was a few years ago when it was Mahomes and Josh Allen, and he was going 37 for 51 for 3 touchdowns. That was way more fun. It was a video game. Those are the best games I've ever seen, maybe. But this is how you hold trophies. This is how you do it. That you have a star quarterback, but he can be a complimentary player. First downs yesterday, 28. In a game, the most rushing yards under Sean McDermott, 266. Time of possession, 35. Heavy doses of James Cook, occasionally to Stephon Diggs, occasionally asking Josh Allen to make a play. That's the scary Buffalo. That's the hold a trophy Buffalo. 38-36 Kansas City-Cincinnati games, way more fun to watch. I'm not interested in the TV show Bills. I'm interested in the trophy Bills. James Cook leading the way, defense and physicality leading the way. Loved it. Let me tell you something. If Buffalo runs the ball like that you want no part of. You want no part of a Buffalo team that can run, and Josh Allen can throw it on 2nd and 4 and 3rd and 1. That's frightening. Shootouts, I got Mahomes, I got Burrow. You got Josh Allen. Okay. You can't run the ball. But Buffalo running the ball, physical both sides, getting a big pass rush. And then Josh complimentary, 4 or 5 times a game, puts on the cape. That, I think, is unbeatable. And that's the best game they've played, in my opinion, in a couple of years. You saw it on display. Okay, so the Dallas Cowboys, what do we make of that? Outside of the San Francisco 49ers, the best team in the league, this is a very situational league. This happens all the time to good teams. In fact, the bet of the week next week in the NFL, take Dallas to beat Miami. Dallas, humiliated and pushed around, faces Miami, who flexed against an awful Jets team. Dallas is going to have the hardest week of practice in 2 years. Remember when they got beat by San Francisco? When good teams get humiliated, and not just beat, but literally mocked, pushed around, bullied, Dallas is going to be fine in a week. But there is a disturbing trend. Road Dak and trailing Dak doesn't even resemble home Dak and leading Dak. The second problem is 3 of their 4 losses, they've been absolutely shelled. Arizona by 12, San Francisco by 32, Bills by 21. Why? What is it? My hunch is this. The Cowboys are a glamour franchise, and the NFL and Dallas is getting younger. Teams are younger, and younger people, mood swings, up, down, less mature. When I watch Dallas, I see a team with a lot of talent. I do not see a team with a lot of composure. They're like a teenager. You get these big mood swings, from a sweetheart to demonic after a bag of Skittles. They just don't know how to act all the time. They don't have any composure. They get down and they panic. They get down and they get rattled and they try to make a big play and they compound their problems. So, and the problem with that is if you look at Dallas's road to the Super Bowl now, it's going to be a road journey. At Philly, at San Francisco, at Detroit. Lions are great at home. At Tampa, Baker Mayfield now playing ball. At Los Angeles, which would be a Cowboy home game, but none the same. You know what Dallas is on the road. Dak's not the same. Team's not the same. Physicality's not the same. It is a different team. Now, I'm not selling my Cowboy stock. There's not a lot of great in the NFC. I mean, Detroit week to week, you don't know what you get. Philadelphia's reeling. Rams are on fire, but limited. I mean, there's not a lot of great. By the way, Dallas still has some home games left. There'll be a different team in a week against Miami, and I like their personnel. I still do. I like a lot of it. But inconsistent people and inconsistent coaching and inconsistent teams don't wear rings. And Dallas remains the most penalized team in the league, the most tenuous and nebulous on the road, the most inconsistent 1-3 against winning teams. And the Dak part, at home, he's 7-0 and 122 passer rating. On the road, he's 3-4 and it drops to 84. He is like a different player entirely on the road. They're almost like a college team. They protect their home floor, their home stadium, and they're atrocious. Kids panicking, mood swings on the road. Generally, when you have kids, the less mature the kids are, the more trouble they are on a road trip. Right? Like that's Dallas. They're a glamour franchise, young in spots, highly emotional, a little immature, and panic on the road. Get into their feels quickly, panic on the road. The great teams in this league, I always feel like with Baltimore, I kind of get the same team. You know, I always feel like that. I kind of feel like with New England in their prime, I get the same team. Rams this year, I get the same team. They got older players on offense. But when I get this Dallas team, it's insane. Very collegiate because they're young in certain key spots. But I'm not selling my Cowboy stock. It is a situational league outside of the Niners. Is that week to week, depending on what happened last week and this week. For the record, my pick of the weekend was Detroit. They were humiliated the previous week. I also like Buffalo because I thought Dallas would go on the road and feel themselves. So the Cowboys play Miami next week. I think they're going to be good. It was pick 'em. It's not anymore. I would take Dallas. It's one of the better bets of the week. But it is disturbing because to get to the Super Bowl, it's going to be a series of road games. And this team, 3 road games in a row, I'm just wanting them to play well once on the road against a good team, and I've yet to see it. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.